everyone, you're watching Can You See Fish, and in today's video I'm going to try a slightly different thing for the channel. It's not something that I've done before, and if it goes well this will become a series. So after watching the Unlucky Tug's amazing video where he took a look at his own version of the island of Sodor according to the TV series, I went and I took a good long look at the Sam Wilkinson map, and I realised that I can make videos talking about that. So that's what we're going to be doing in this video. I'm going to be talking about a specific part of the Sam Wilkinson map and going through it station by station, location by location. And since this is the first video, I thought that for it we would do the main line of Sodor, which is of course the main line. So as you can see just up here, the main line starts at Tidmouth, and there are the sheds here, and there's also a town hall which isn't on the main line. This is on Duck's branch line, which is I think this bit here, I imagine that's Duck's branch line, that's what I'm thinking. Anyway, if we continue down the track from Tidmouth station, as you can see we get to Lower Tidmouth. This is, I think, in like down the mine, and I also think it's in Percy and the Haunted Mine from Series 6. Further down, we've got, I think this is either Knapford Shunting. Yeah, I think this is Knapford Shunting Yards here. And going further down the line, we get to Knapford Station, which is obviously the main station. This is where Thomas's branch line apparently leaves from. Now, I disagree with this. I personally think that Thomas's branch line should leave from Tidmouth, but apparently not. It almost seems to me like they've kind of, well, I say kind of, like Sam Wilkinson has got these stations the wrong way round, and that really Knapford should be where the main line starts, and Tidmouth should be where Thomas's branch line starts. But regardless, so continuing past the junction, we find Bertie's Buzz Yard. Now this is actually at Knapford Junction. It's not on Thomas's branch line, and this is of course where Thomas meets Bertie for the very first time. Continuing through, and this passes over the line to the Old Harbour, which is part of Thomas's branch, even though it's technically not, it's a different branch, but whatever. We then make our way through a tunnel, past a lighthouse, and then to the engine washdown. And continuing further up the line here, we get to Sodor Dairy. That's a new series thing. Is that, I think that's the one that's in like Thomas's Milkshake Muddle from whatever series that is, I'm not sure. And then continuing past that, so it actually looks like the dairy is on the outskirts of what is Crosby Town, and we come to Crosby Station, and the yards that are there, which aren't marked on the map strangely enough, but there are yards here. Of course, this is where Duck crashes into the barber shop. We then go under the bridge, which I think we see Edward and James puff under in Old Iron, and it's here where we get the junction for the loop line. That is, of course, mentioned in what is it? It's mentioned in something. It's mentioned in James and the Express, I believe. But we're not looking at that, as I mentioned. This is specifically about the main line and none of its loop lines or anything, including what is considered to be on this map at least the main line loop. We won't be looking at that. That will be a different video. Continuing further along, we get to the Fat Controller shed. I'm not exactly sure what this is. There will be pictures for all of this, as you will have already seen. I will have pictures that will be appearing on screen for each of these locations as we get to them. So if I can find a picture for the Fat Controller shed, I will. Anyway, the line now passes by Sodor Nunnery and Sodor Hospital. I imagine the hospital is where Duck brings the injured sailor to in All at Sea. The line then passes over the river Rieg, I'm going to say that is, or Riag or Ree, one of them. I'm going to say Rieg, over the Sodor Suspension Bridge, where it then reaches, what is that? Is that Sudbury? I'm going to get, oh no, Wellsworth, sorry. It's like it says Sudbury Junction here, I didn't see Wellsworth. So, of course, this is the junction for Edward's branch line, and it's here where there is the Vicarage Orchard, which is technically on Edward's branch line, but it is marked up here as being on the main line. So yeah, we then get to the Holt and Fenlands. I'm not sure whether the Fenlands is on Edward's branch or the main line. There'll be a picture of it though, and it's here where there is a junction, a very oddly placed junction here for the mining branch line, featured in A Surprise for Percy, I think. Is that what it's called, from Series 5? Anyway, moving along the map now, as you can see, we now begin we then go under a bridge and begin the ascent of Gordon's Hill, as you can see marked up on the map. And on the other side of that is the junction for, I don't know what line is that. What line is that? I don't know. It's got some stuff marked up on it. Once again, it'll be in the video. Anyway, the line then passes over the River Mora, or Mara, or Mara, Mora, Mura, whatever, and it comes into Marin. This is, of course, where James crashes into the tar wagons. And here is where there is a junction for the Mainline loop. Now, this to me does not seem like the Mainline loop. It makes more sense for the Mainline loop to be this bit here. So what I actually think has happened here is that this should be the Mainline loop, and then, where is it? This one should be, no, that's Edwards Branch. This one should be the loop line. Now, I believe that this line here, is what is seen in Edward the Very Useful Engine. I'm not sure, don't quote me on it, but I think that's that. Anyway, continuing on the main line, after Marin, we reach the iconic viaduct, and past that is Cronk, which is in the canon, is the station seen at the start of, I think, Jack Jumps In. It's like a very small woodland station. Yeah, strange that it's on the main line, but there you go. Continuing further down, we get to Kildane, which is the branch, the junction even, for the Peel Godred branch line, which of course is that line there. And going past that is the ice cream factory, which I think is from Too Hot for Thomas. And past that is this station, which isn't marked up, which makes me think it maybe doesn't have a name. Or this is possibly Balladrine station here. This location and the next one are not marked up. So I'm going to guess that this here is Balladrine station, and we then go past the windmill. I don't know which windmill this is, so I'll look at it on the wiki, as will do for many of these things that I'm not sure on. I will look on the wiki and find out, and there will be a picture of whichever windmill that is. And continuing further down, we get to another unnamed station here, which I'm going to say, simply due to its proximity, is Kellerby Station. Not sure if any of these have ever appeared in the TV show, but there you go. So, Balladrine and Kellerby stations. Moving further, I think Balladrine has actually, isn't that like from the one that Gordon steams through in Best Dressed Engine? I think the Balladrine has. I don't know if it's meant to be that station in particular though. Regardless, we then get to the part where the loop line once again joins with the main line, and we get the Whispering Woods and the Whispering Woods Halt, which is marked as the party area showground. This is once again a new series thing. It's in, I think this is where like Percy and the Carnival or Percy and the Funfair, whatever it's called, takes place. Some boring episodes from the new era. We then go under a bridge where we get to the junction for the Kirk Ronan branch, which you can see over here once again. That will be being covered in a different video. And continuing on, we get to Kels Thorpe Road, which nothing springs to mind. I know it's appeared in the TV series, but I can't even remember which station this is. Actually, I think this is the station that they rebuild in Calling All Engines, maybe? I don't know. There's a station that gets rebuilt either in Series 8 or Calling All Engines or Series 9. That might be Kelsthorpe Road. Regardless, continuing on, we get to Chestnut Orchard. Not sure what that is. That might be a railway series thing. That could be literally anyone's guess. Of course, moving on, we get to probably my favourite location on the entire map, the entirety of Sodor, Crovan's Gate Station. This is where the main line meets with the narrow gauge line, the Skarloey Railway, and there is some stuff here like the slate yards and stuff, but I will be discussing that in the Skarloey Railway video. Continuing on, we get to Sodor Steamworks, where Kevin and Victor work, and we then get this line here, which is Stepney's branch, which also leads on to the Norrenby branch line, which is Arthur's branch. We then get a bridge which crosses the River Hoo, and come to the timber mill yards, which I believe is what is featured in Henry's Forest. I don't know where Henry's Forest is on this map. Oh, it's here. I missed it. I totally missed it. I was about to criticise it not being here. It's here. So it's in between Crovan's Gate and the timber mill yards. Yeah, I guess that placement sort of could make some sense. I completely missed this too. Neville's Bridge. The line passes under Neville's Bridge, the main line, obviously, where Neville comes off the track in not Neville, and Thomas, in the Thomas and the New Engine episode. Continuing on, we then get to this junction here. And I am just going to talk about this because there's no point in me making it its own video. There is a junction here for the main line which takes it to Great Waterton, obviously first introduced in The Great Discovery. Not much more to say about that. It's a pretty prevalent location in that film and in Series 12, but other than that it doesn't really appear too much. Anyway, after that we get to Henry's Tunnel, which is officially called Ballyhoo Tunnels, but yeah, it's obviously known as Henry's Tunnel. And here we get another branch line, which I'm just going to discuss, which leads to the Vickerstown Diesel Works. I wouldn't even consider that to be a branch line. I would consider that to just be part of the main line, to be honest. Anyway, continuing on, we get to Vickerstown Engine Sheds and also a line that goes to the goods depot. I know that this is where Rusty finds Stepney in the canon. Which I'm quite happy that they decided to put it there, because I hate the idea of Rusty being able to go all the way to the mainland. I mean, I don't really like the idea of him being able to go all the way to Vickerstown, but I mean, it's better than him going to England. So yeah, that's the goods depot or depot. We then go over a crossing into Vickerstown here. This is obviously the main terminus in the TV series, at least. This is the terminus for the main line. Obviously it runs from Knapford to Vickerstown, although on this map this seems to be going more off the railway series route, since the main line actually continues past here. It starts at Tidmouth and continues past Vickerstown, over the Vickerstown rolling bridge to mainland England, where it stops at Barrow, or to give it its full and proper name, Barrow in Furness. So that is the main line that I have been looking at today on this map. Let me know what you've thought of the video in the comments. If you've enjoyed it, like the video and subscribe to the channel. If it's been absolutely awful, please tell me so in the comments, because I won't make any more. But you've been watching Can You See Fish? I'm going to thank you all very much for watching, and goodbye.